Hi guys, Roy here from Predator Games, and it's time to show you one of the glass cabinets that we have. I mentioned this in the recent tour video, so I thought we'd do a bit more in depth. So this is the very first one we've got. So we'll just have a sort of little quickish scan. So on the first shelf of this one, so the cabinets, I'll have to explain, sorry, they have stuff that's a little bit rarer, that's a little bit more money. So we like to kind of show them off a little bit more rather than just having them on the shelf. So we'll start with this one. So the first shelf in this one is some Dreamcast stuff. We've got a House of the Dead 2 set, which includes a gun. Unfortunately, the gun doesn't work on a modern TV. I'm sure most of you know that. It's a bit gutting because House of the Dead is a brilliant game. Yeah, highly recommend it. A little spin-off from it, which I recommend too, but it's a bit harder to come by. Typing of the Dead. Same game, instead of shooting, you type in words. Yep, only in Japan would they come up with stuff like this, folks. It's brilliant if you can track it down. So yeah, we've got the set with the game and the gun. There we go. I can't actually, I'm not going to take anything out of the cabinet because you can guarantee that if I do, to show you a bit closer, stuff is probably going to fall out over me, yeah, but hey ho. We've got a bit of RPG goodness. There's a few decent RPGs on the Dreamcast. We've got Grandia 2, it's complete with the manual and everything, and then one that's a little bit rarer is the first Evolution game. In fact, I'm going to have to show you it a little bit. You can't really see it there. There we go. It's another one that's complete and that's getting a little bit rarer. It's got a random Pokemon figurine there. We've got a sealed, probably a few too many exclamation marks there, game called Incoming. That one's just 25, so I think in the region of prices of sealed games, it's not that bad a price. I think a lot of sellers on eBay think that if something's still sealed, that means it's worth millions of pounds. It's not always the case, so we've got a Shenmue one. It's not one that's a massive price, but it's in good condition. The standard VMUs, we all need them. Rumble packs. We've got a decent condition Dreamcast 2. So we'll move down to the next one, which is a bit more Sony flavoured, more PS1 flavoured, yeah. So we've got we've got a boxed PS1. I mean, I call them a PS1 Slim. They're not really slim though, are they? They're just tinier. But hey ho, sounds better than tiny PS1. PS1 tiny, yeah. Sounds a bit rubbish, doesn't it? So on here we've got a few more games. We've got Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, one that's slowly going up in value. These are all complete as well, which obviously means they've got manuals in, yeah, I'm sure you all know that. Rampage 2. I'm not really a fan of the Rampage games. They're alright for a laugh, yeah, they're a bit shallow and samey, but quite collectible. Ones that always go for decent money are the Castlevania games. We've got a Castlevania Chronicles there. We did have Symphony of the Night, sold a couple of weeks ago. Such an awesome game and highly collectible, yeah. Yeah, so over here we've got another fighting one, that's Bloody Raw. And then we've got one that I'd never seen before until it arrived in the shop one day. Agent Armstrong. A bit different, yeah. I'm gonna have to move stuff out to show you. Again, here we go. Breath of Fire 4. I've noticed that a lot of the RPGs go for decent money on loads of systems, especially the PS1 and the PS2. And there's loads on the PS2. There's quite a few on the PS1 as well. And then we've got a couple of limited run games. We love limited run stuff here. Well, I say me mainly. So we've got a sealed one. Gonna pronounce this wrong, As Divine Hearts. If I've pronounced it wrong, oh well. And then Cyrillium 3, kind of retro dungeon crawler, Pokemon-ish. Yeah, it's quite decent. Again, we love limited run. They're nice and collectible and stuff. And most of the time, we like to actually open our limited run games because what's the point of having a game if you're not going to play it, yeah? Right, and then the next one, bit of a hodgepodge with this one. We've got an unboxed Nintendo 64 with a nice blue pad there. A couple of N64 games. We don't get a mass of N64 games in, unfortunately. We've got a wrestling game there. And then we've got a really nice one. Castlevania again, look. I told you, big money. Legacy of Darkness, Castlevania. It's the second Castlevania game on the N64. That one's complete as well. It's in okay condition too. The always popular Mario Kart 64. I know it's not the best Mario Kart game in the world, but doesn't mean it's rubbish. Still a lot of fun. And then the classic Pilot Wings, yeah. And then GoldenEye. I think there's about 75 million copies of GoldenEye flying around. We've got a few PSP games on here as well. We've got a Japanese one, Legend of Heroes game. It's in a big chunky box because there's a DVD in there, and there's also this rather cute. I think it's kind of like a purse. It's like a white sheep's head. I'll do some pictures later and show you. Yeah, I'll try and stick them in the comments if I can remember. Small PSP stuff. Got a nice PSP there. Great system. Patapon 3. Rarer than the other two. They can't have made as many. We've got Prinny. A bit of a strategy. Well, a spin-off from strategy games, the Disgaea games. But it's a platformer. It's a decent game. It's becoming collectible. I love shoot 'em ups. Now I know this isn't properly a shoot 'em up. I told you stuff's going to move if I start moving stuff. We've got R-Type Tactics there, strategy game, and a shoot 'em up. And I can't get it back on, yeah. Oh look, we've knocked the PSP down. We'll sort that later. Right, on the final shelf of this one, we have a little handheld inspired thing. So we've got a really good condition original Game Boy. It comes with a box. The box is a repro box, but I mean, hey ho, looks nice and everything, yeah. Game Boy Color there. We've got a yellow one and a teal one. We've also got a boxed and unboxed Game Boy Pocket. I never understood the point of these things, yeah. Just go for Game Boy, yeah? Don't know what that's about. Just Nintendo doing weird stuff. We've got a really good condition Pokemon Gold. Again, I don't want to sort of mess around with it there. The Pokemon games, especially on the Game Boy Advance, weirdly, and the Game Boy Color, the prices are rising incredibly quickly now. We've got a brilliant role-play game off the Game Boy Advance, Golden Sun: The Lost Stage. That's the second one. And yeah, we've got a little bit of just ignore my hand there. We've got a Neo Geo Pocket Color. It's a brilliant system. Some great games for it. They can be quite hard to find, but oh, shock horror! Look, there's some games here. We have Puzzle Link, Puzzle Bobble Mini. We all know about that one, of course. Yeah, shooting bubbles and stuff, and a few fighting games, a Sonic Adventure, Sonic Pocket, sorry, which is a brilliant on the Neo Geo. There we go. There's also the first Metal Slug game, which is another great one. There is two. The second one's a little bit harder to come by. The Neo Geo Pocket's a great system. The screen's a little bit dark, so it's like these old consoles. You have to sit underneath the sun to be able to see them properly, but they're a great system. We've got a nice little AC adapter just hiding there for it too, so you don't have to use a massive batteries. Batteries last ages in them though. And then one of my favourite Game Boy Advance games, WarioWare Twisted. It's got a motion sensor in it. The mini games, as usual, WarioWare games, can't even say it. And you have to move the Game Boy around, and you turn it upside down and stuff. It's brilliant. I think it's one of the best WarioWare games, to be honest. We've got a few more Game Boy stuff. Pokemon, obviously, because people love Pokemon. Weirdly, the original Game Boy Pokemon games don't really go for massive money. They're around £20 each, something like that. The Game Boy Advance games are going for, they are rising quickly. We've got Emerald and Ruby there, and we've also got Fire Red. Now you're talking, I think Ruby's £30, Emerald and Fire Red are fast approaching 50. It's crazy, isn't it? It happens. That's a world of retro for you. And there you go. That's our very first cabinet. I hope you enjoyed that and I didn't waffle too much. Tune in again soon because we'll have videos for the rest of them. Thank you very much. Bye.